All right, just getting out today again. The snow that we had about 10 days ago was still on the grounds because of the low temperatures, and it's snowing again. So I don't know how much will come down, but if it's any significant amount, then we would have to do the cleanup. But at least right now in this kind of snow, we have to put the salt. Otherwise, this will become really dangerously icy, as you can see on the road right there. Anyway, we'll see if there's anything worth capturing, and then we'll come back. Okay, now it's really coming down fast, and it's sticking as well. And you'll see, just like that truck that went there, there are large, huge trucks that all they do is just put salt on the roads, and you'll see some of them. This is the toughest part. That right now the road seems like, it's not that bad, and that's where most of the people misjudge. The weight, the motion, and the traction all are interconnected. So generally speaking, you have to take margin, keep the longer distance than you would normally keep between yourself and the car ahead of you, and give yourself a little bit more time to brake, no matter what, because when does your tire or tires, when do they hit the icy patches? You cannot really predict. So it's always better to be extremely careful. The bigger roads, the highways, because they have a lot of traffic, so the road surfaces don't tend to get cold easily or cold enough, but it does happen, especially in the off hours, so you really have to be mindful. Now you see that this guy ahead of me is actually becoming a hazard because he is going at 40 to 42 miles an hour on a major highway which has the speed limit of 65 miles an hour, and the visibility is really, really low. So anybody coming at the normal highway speed, which you can maintain in this kind of weather, up until now, it's going to be a big hazard. So people don't understand that there is a correlation. Like this guy, he's flying off the road right now. I'm doing 67 miles an hour at a 65 mile zone, and this guy is still probably doing 80. And that's wrong, because that's where you're pushing the limits. So here's another truck salting the road. For instance, if it's a 65 miles an hour road, you can drop another 10 miles and still be safe. But if you go further down, if the road conditions, if the whole traffic flow is doing 20 miles below the speed limit, then you got to make sure that you're not exceeding that. So common sense, people don't understand that. They just think that just driving 35 miles an hour in a 55 zone or 40 miles an hour in a 65 zone when the traffic is still maintaining the speed limit is safety. No, it's a hazard. Now, I've been searching for one of those big trucks that were de-icing the road and putting the salt, and now that I have my camera on, I don't see any, but I'll see if I can find one. Look at this truck. This is what it's doing, and when it's enough snow on the ground, then it's got a blade ahead of it, and then on the back they have the salt dispenser. That's how they continue to make sure that the main highways are clean, even in the worst of conditions, or as much as possible. Here are some other trucks doing the same thing. The salt dispensers in the back for snow plowing, the plowing blades on the front. So look at that. There's a dispenser in the back. It was just dispensing as I turned on the camera. This dispenser stopped because it doesn't want to dispense all the salt in one place. And if you can see, the brown stuff over the white is that salt that it's dispensing on the pavement, walkway, as well as the road. So now the dispenser is going to turn on again. Okay, so right now we're just going to Harbor Freight to look at some good ratchet sets and see if they have a torque wrench for my next install, which would be the front crash bars on the K1600. Let's see what we find.